Friends, most lives are built around a simple promise. If you follow the expected path, life will reward you with stability. You study, you work, you belong, and repeat. And for many people, this works. But there are some lives where no matter how sincerely they try to fit in, something feels off. Not broken, just misaligned. Let's explore why some souls are not meant for normal lives. When we say normal life, we usually mean a life that is predictable, socially approved, and structured around milestones. Also, it is a life reinforced by repetitions. A normal life is not shallow or inferior. It is stable because it repeats what has already worked before. These lives in a natal birth chart are supported by strong social houses, clear inheritance of identity, a natural fit between desire and expectation. But not every chart is designed to repeat the past. Some charts are there to interrupt it. Certain birth charts carry a very different instruction. They have a strong emphasis on Rahu Ketu axis, the 8th or 12th houses, and Saturn in angular or sensitive positions. These placements do not support smooth continuity, they introduce friction. Not because life is cruel, but because repetition is no longer the lesson. For these souls, life is not asking, how can you fit in better? It is asking, what happens when you stop copying what already exists? Many such souls experience discomfort early in life. They feel older than their age, they feel emotionally out of sync and uncomfortable with roles others accept easily. Often they assume something is wrong with them, but astrologically, something else is suggested. This discomfort is not damage, it is misplacement. That they were trying to live inside a structure that was never meant to contain them. Some souls are not uncomfortable because life is wrong. They are uncomfortable because life is unfinished. A normal life is built on scripts: who to become, what to value, how success should look. But for some souls, these scripts feel heavy very quickly. Even when they succeed by normal standards, the satisfaction fades fast. Not because they are ungrateful, but because their fulfillment does not come from completion of roles. In a chart, this happens when Ketu weakens attachment to social rewards, Saturn demands inner authority, and the moon seeks safety outside external validation. These souls are not meant to be successful actors in a shared story. They are meant to rewrite the meaning of the story itself. One of the hardest truths for such lives is that loss often appears repeatedly. Plans dissolve, certainties break, attachments loosen. From the outside, this looks unfortunate, but astrologically, this is often Ketu at work. Ketu. Ketu does not remove what is essential, it removes what has outlived its relevance. Loss here is not failure, it is subtraction. And subtraction creates space. Space for awareness, space for honesty, space for a self that is not borrowed. Many of these souls struggle with belonging. Even when surrounded by people, they may feel unseen. Even when included, they may feel misunderstood. This is not because others lack compassion. It is because their inner orientation is not shaped by shared illusions. Their reference point is always internal. They have strong 12th house influence, Saturn disconnecting emotional dependency, and nodes pulling attention away from collective norms. Loneliness is not always the absence of people. Sometimes it is absence of shared assumptions. Because these souls are not following existing templates, their progress often appears delayed. They may feel behind, outpaced, out of rhythm with peers. But what they are building cannot be rushed. They are not accumulating credentials, they are integrating identity. When alignment finally arrives, life does not feel impressive, it feels accurate. And accuracy lasts longer than applause. Such souls are often drawn to philosophy, astrology, psychology, silence, and solitude, not as an escape from life, but as orientation tools. They are not trying to leave the world, they are trying to understand how to stand in it without pretending. Depth is not a preference for them, it is a necessity. Much of their sufferings does not come from being different. It comes from trying not to be, from apologizing for theft, from compressing curiosity, from forcing timeliness that do not match their internal clock. Astrologically, resistance to one's design creates far more friction than the design itself. The pain was never in being different, it was in trying to be familiar. Something important happens when these souls stop negotiating with normality. They stop asking permission to be who they are. They stop measuring the life through borrowed standards. They stop waiting to feel caught up. And when this happens, life does not suddenly become easy, but it becomes coherent. Responsibility feels chosen, solitude feels spacious, and directions feel internal. These souls are not here to reject society, they are here to see through it. They often become guides, interpreters, stabilizers, and witnesses in the society. Not by instruction, but by embodiment. Their lives remind others that meaning is not guaranteed by structure. Truth is not always popular, and peace does not require sameness. Some souls are not meant for normal lives, they are meant for honest ones. And honesty often requires walking alone long before it becomes shareable. Thank you.